Well, hey. What's happening, people on the YouTube channels? I hope my live, let me know. My Wi-Fi is absolutely goofy this week. I just want to start off by saying I love you all. And Redfern did the best live I've ever seen him do this morning. You get a chance, go to Red's YouTube and watch it, please. He was right on spot. It was beautifully said. Also, Julie Wen made a couple of Facebook posts about these extra positions. Go read it. If I was their teacher, I'd both give them an A++ and a gold star head on their forehead. Very good, guys. And to everyone else that's doing lives out there, let's see, Susie, Ivy, Mike Ellis, Sherry Dersway, Narelli, Megan Mitchell, and there's a lot more. Pat Parent, thank you. Remember what I said. If you got a YouTube, you got to be active on it. So, very good. Thank you. Now, the reason I came on today, and Julie, Susie, and I are going to do a live either today or tomorrow. We're waiting on a few more things, but I said I want to pop on and I want to talk about it. If any of you don't realize, most of us loudspeakers are getting slammed. Literally, I spent since 2 hours after the last webinar, I've been on my phone for sometimes 16 hours of the day, and that's not lying. That's the honest truth. Trying to help people explain things, blah, 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 all that stuff. And it's pretty much a long day for me. Not too bad today, but I haven't really looked at my phone that much. Now, the reason I'm doing this live is because I want you all to understand something, okay? A lot of you are going way far ahead with the questions. As we say, putting the cart before the horse. And I want to try to calm everyone down on that. And I'm going to use my personal experiences and your personal experiences today. And I titled my thing, it's Starting Over. All right. Victory with Ash, starting over. What does that mean? Okay. And I thought about that. I went for a bike ride today. My mind went crazy. And I thought I got to get home and get on the computer and talk about this before I forget about it. All right. And we're going to talk about that. But starting over, I want you, first of all, to remember that anytime you're doing something new or going to try something new, of course, it's a little hard because you have no idea how to do it. I trained people for 32 years at Ford Motor Company. Some of the most miserable, hardest jobs you had to do in less than a minute. And people would say, Chris, I can't do it. I said, yes, you can. Let me guide you. Let me educate you. I will not leave your side until you got this job down packed. And that's what I did. And they got it. And then they would say to me at the end of the day, you know what, Chris, that wasn't so bad. Thank you. Well, absolutely. That was my job. I had to train people the right way. All right. I want you to go back to when you were a kid now. Now I'm saying go way back. I'm 59 years old. And I remember the first time, I think my parents got me my first bike. And at that time, we didn't really have the training wheels, but we did. But my dad said, no training wheels. My training wheels was my father or my mother holding the back of my bike. Now, I remember being scared. Don't let go, Dad. Don't let go, Mom. And I'm cruising. It was hard. Everything you do the first time is a little hard, okay? But I knew that my dad or my mom was holding the back of my bike, and they weren't going to let me fall. Welcome to Ash Mafara. Ash Mafara knows that you're getting on this bike for the first time, and he's not going to let you fall. He wants to guide you. I was telling Susie as of Monday, I said, I haven't exercised in like 3 months. I'm putting on a little weight. I got to get back into it. And I know it's going to hurt, and I know it's going to be a little hard. I hit my weights Monday, rode my bike, and I actually swam in a very cold pool. All right. Yeah, when I got in that cold water, it stung a little bit. I knew it was good because it was cold, but I did it. All right, we got that done. And I remember telling Susie, I know tomorrow I'm going to hurt real bad. I knew it. And actually today I woke up and my chest is so sore, it's unbelievable. All right, I knew that was going to happen. I went down and I worked out again to loosen myself up. Every other day I do weights, okay? But I knew it was going to hurt. I've done it my entire life. I'm 59 years old and I've worked out my entire life, and I worked out straight for a year, and then I take a couple months off and I get mad at myself for doing it because I know it's going to hurt. It's going to be a little harder. But I want you to look back at your life and realize that everything you've done in your life, whether it was learning how to ride a bike, drive a car, attend middle school, high school, college, it's always a little nervous because, oh my God. And I got people sending me messages, Chris, I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not that smart. And I'm going to tell you right now, use me as an example. Okay. I am not that smart. I know people think I am. I'm kidding. It takes me, if I'm reading a book, which I do every day, I sometimes have to read through it once and I stop myself. Do you understand what you just read? I didn't. I go back and I read it again. That's called the learning process. Some people can absorb information very fast. I would say Ash Mafara. Gianna, thank you very much for the super sticker. Ash Mafara can absorb information like you would not believe. Chris Johnson has to think about it, has to watch it maybe 1 or 2 times. In other words, I'm using Ash because I know him. He can learn something a lot faster than I can as far as reading. Now, if you did manual, I'm a hands-on kind of guy. And when I was an educator at Ford Motor Company, I taught using my hands, believe it or not. I explained to them, and then I actually put them in a situation where this is what happens so they can understand, because most people that I work with were the same way as me, hands-on. But I did work with some people that got it right away. And everyone is different is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, being afraid of learning something new is normal for anybody. And I just wanted to put this message out. Think about your life of all the things that you did for the first time, or you even had to start over. And, oh, man, this is going to be a little tough. Absolutely. Now, I came up with a new name. I don't know if Ash is going to like it or not. I like it, and I'm being me because that's what he wants us to do. I call it the Victory with Ash Learning Center. That's what I'm going to call it. You can call it whatever you want. It makes sense to me because in this Victory with Ash Learning Center, he's going to have, and I don't know what he's going to have just by what he said on the webinar, educational tools, you know, and what do you call a tool? It could be a video. It could be something you read. I don't know. All right. But that is there to help us all. Don't tell me, and I'm yelling at you. Don't tell me that you don't think you could do this. Don't tell me you think you're not smart enough, because you are. And I'm going to tell you this. If Chris Johnson can learn it and do it, anybody can do it. Because I am not the sharpest tool in the shed. The sharpest tool in the shed. And everyone knows it. Am I making fun of myself? No. I'm just letting you know is that's who I am. I have to redo things to get it right. And I'm talking to all the guys in the company right now. You know, the guys that are afraid to stop and ask for directions, or they don't want to read the directions when they're putting their kids' toys together. Guys, this is the first time in my life that I'm going to say this. I think I talked about it a long time ago. Ash Mafara. And ladies, I don't have to talk to you because you already know what's right. If we would just listen to you a little bit more, we'd probably be a lot better off in life. That's to my sisters out there, okay? That's the truth. Every guy knows it. Ash Mafara is setting up this Victory with Ash Learning Center so that we can all be educated at your speed. But you understand his main point? He wants to educate you on how to build things, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your business. And that's a real good thing. And what does it cost? It doesn't cost anything. But I keep thinking about all the things that I was afraid to do in my lifetime. I'm trying to tell you to think about yours, of that you thought, I can't do this. How many times did you say, no way I can do that? No way. But you did it, right? You see, Ash is just saying, yeah, you might fall down. You might be a little slower, but I'm going to make sure that you get the right information. Now, I've heard people say this and that about helping. I think every one of us will help each other. I don't have no problem with that. But all the help that we're going to need, all right, is to focus on what is in the Victory with Ash Learning Center. That is going to teach us our way. That is going to teach us a way into the next new business. Now, as far as all your other questions, I think every question I got has been beat to death on the internet by everyone in their lives, which I commend you for doing. Whether it's a post, like Julie's, Red Susie's, all this information. Mike Ellis, they're trying to tell you something. That, yeah, and I don't want this to scare anybody, please. You're going to have to do some work. What that is, we don't know. Don't worry about it right now. Again, we're putting the cart in front of the horse. What I want people to understand is that, and I'm saying it again, everything that all of us do for the first time is always going to be a little nerve-wracking, or you might not think you can do it. And I'm saying, give it a try. Fill out the application when it pops, all right? Follow the directions. And I tell people, if you're not sure about exactly what to do, but I'm telling you, it's going to pop something, you click the link, and you go from there. You answer the 10 or 11 questions, and it's simple. Now, together, collectively, in the in the Victory of Ash Learning Center is where we're all going to come together, all right, and we're going to learn with each other, from each other, watching what he put in there. I don't know what's in there. I don't have a clue what the future business is all about. So I can't answer any of those questions that you send me, okay? And I'm really trying, but I'm thinking, well, I don't know that answer. I'll straight out tell you. And my favorite words are wait for Ash. Ash has told us many times, especially in that webinar, you know, we're going to this level. And the level, not the level, going into the learning center, all I know is everything I'm going to need to know is going to be in that learning center. That's as far as I go. All right. You've heard people talk about the multiple accounts. You've been informed by it. All right. What you can do. You have so many things out there, and that's going to be in this Ash Victory with Ash Learning Center that I think you're going to be blown away. Do I think you're going to be overwhelmed? No. I think Ash is smart enough, and he knows, well, I know some people learn a little faster, some people learn a little slower, but I think it's all going to be for this. And I will say this, if I don't understand something, I will call up one of the people that I see in the learning center. Do you really can you explain that to me a little better? There's nothing wrong with that. The whole idea for Ash Mafar is to educate people on many things, especially the new business. So that's all I want to say. Just think about your life. Think about the first time that you did something and how nervous you were and how you thought. Every brand new job that you had in your life, you said the same thing. I mean, I hope I can do this. I'm telling you right now, you can do it. All right. And fellas, you got to follow the directions. All right. We can't put this toy together wrong. There's nothing to prove here. The proof is following the directions and listening to exactly what he's going to teach us. And that's as far as I go. After that, I know nothing. I'm waiting just like all of you. Every one of us is waiting together, and that's okay. But I'm willing to wait and be patient and learn and absorb as much as I can in my speed, right? I'm not gonna learn as much as Ash Mafar if I read through something because he's pretty good at it. Or Red, or Julie, Susie, they're all really good listeners. Me, I float off. When I'm talking on a webinar, look at that butterfly. I mean, that's me. That's just who I am. Do I get mad about it? No. I truly work on that every day, trying to pay attention when someone's talking. You can ask my kid's mother. You can ask my kids. Dad, you even listen to me? I'm listening. I really am. But I do. But we're all different is what I'm saying. And everything always seems a little hard at first. But I tell you what, once you get it, once you understand it, it's going to put you where you really want to be. And I'm thankful for the education because I need education. I don't know how to market. All right. I could talk to people all day long, but I want to understand exactly what he's teaching me for my business. Okay. Am I going to help people out along the way? Absolutely. I'm going to try to help people out along the way, as long as I understand it. You could ask people to ask me questions. Well, I'm not too sure myself. I need to get a little more clarification before I answer that question. That's the smart thing to do. Remember what I said about Chris Johnson Marketing 101? Okay, mine. Be honest, be clear, be truthful. If you don't know the answer or the answer to the question someone asks you, always say, be honest. Listen, let me get some more clarity on that. But I think in the In the Learning Center, the Victory with Ash Learning Center. I just love that name, Ash. I'm sorry. Okay. That all of us are going to have the same opportunity to learn as much as we can to put us to the brand new, big, beautiful, bold business, brand new. And we're all going to do fine. And I want everyone just to kind of relax. Okay. I've got a lot of good emails and I got a lot of bad emails or messages. And I tell them all the same thing. Just be patient. Be patient with yourself. When I'm reading, I usually read about where there's no one around so I can understand. And, you know, I'm not embarrassed to ask someone I really didn't understand what you said. You can ask Ash Mafara. He'll tell you that. Can you please be a little more clear on what you're saying? Because I didn't get it quite yet. And there's nothing wrong with answering that question. And I think when we get into the Learning Center, Ash is going to make it where we probably don't even have to ask those questions. I think he's going to lay it out easy. He said, all right, I'll go back years. He's always said that when he does something, anyone could be able to do it. So anyone that has fears or think they can't do this, you've been with this company for quite a long time. All right. You've been through the journey. Don't give up. Don't give up. You can do this. All right. If I can do it, I know kids probably in their 20s that could do it. And that's what I'm hoping for. Another thing I want to say, okay, and I'm trying not to talk too long. I'm watching the clock. All right. The whole idea of what Ash Mafar is doing with this one account thing, I'll touch on it a little bit, is to go out and get new people. Build your circle. Build your business. Okay. We've got, I don't know how many, I don't even want to say the number. But what I'm doing, all right, I'm getting out of this pond. I'm jumping out of this lake. I'm done swimming in this ocean. I'm going to go start looking for new oceans. I think that's his main goal. With these YouTubes that we're talking about, that everyone's doing, which is phenomenal. Thank you. I'm trying to subscribe to everyone I see. If I missed you, I'll get you. Don't worry. You know, that's the whole idea. All right. We want to get out to the rest of the world. And anyone who's thinking that, oh, everyone's going to come to you or me, that's not true. There's 8 billion people in this world that are thirsty for the knowledge and the business that we're going to be in. I want you to think about that. All right, let's not turn this into competitiveness. There's 8 billion people in this world. All right, how many in your country? Go do your own research. See how many people you have just in your country. Okay, we're working on new people here, folks. I'm pretty sure that's what Ash was saying, in my opinion. We got to go get some new people. Good people. Build your circle. Build your business. Put into it. Everything that you do, you should always put a lot more energy into it, regardless. Whether it's riding a bike or learning how to swim. You're going to put everything. Now, you know, if you guys remember Mark Spitz, I can't think of the other swimmer. Mark Spitz was a big swimmer in my day, a professional swimmer, an Olympic gold medalist. Do you think he was born that way? No. He was born, found something he loved. He trained every day until he got it right. And he did that by winning the Olympics, the gold medals. That goes for any other thing in your life. You went to high school. You went to college. What were you working for? That grade, that gold star on your forehead. Was it easy? Anyone will tell you, unless, like me, it was hard for me, but I did it. Was I the best in the best? No, I wasn't. But I accepted that. I was the best of who I could be. That's what I'm asking you. You don't have to be anyone else but you. Listen, I could go out and build something, and I could bring Ash over and say, okay, you build it now. He's probably going to be a little slower on it because he's a mind guy. He's a thinker. You know, I'm a doer. Some of us are thinkers. Some of us are doers. Don't compare yourself. Learn at your speed. No one's asking you or telling you this is going to be tough or hard. We really don't know. But I think Ash Mafar will make it easy for everyone. And I think there'll be a lot of self-help courses or classes in that beautiful little learning center, Victory for Ash Learning Center. Keep saying it. And we're all going to find a way to think. I can watch that. You know, he might, for example, have a video up. I don't think he's going to take that video down. He's going to want you to absorb it. But in that group, we get to talk about it. We get to educate ourselves through each other and understand it and learn it better. You understand what he's doing? He's already teaching us how to be successful. That's what he's doing. I think it's very important that Ash Mafara loves the facts that he can educate people. You've heard it before. If you teach, you could give someone a fish, but if you teach them out of a fish, they're going to eat forever. I think that's what he's really trying to do here. He wants to educate everyone that he can that wants it, that's willing to put in the work. All right. When I started doing my backyard, it was just me. It had to be just me. And I'm thinking, well, no one's going to help me. I got to do it on my own. Yeah, I was scared because there's a lot of things I didn't know or understand. But you know what I did? I'd go on YouTube and I'd learn some things. So I went out of my way to educate my way better. That's what I'm asking you to do. Don't get afraid because you might have to do something. Forget about the past. Things are a lot different now. Concentrate on you and your business, how to improve you. If you can help someone, that is great. I'm going to need help probably by somebody because I don't hear things like I should because I got a lot of things going on in this big head. But for right now, I'm telling you, have no worries, have no fears. Let the nerves build up because that's the exciting part. Going on a roller coaster, you're nervous, but you're excited. You want to do it. That's what I'm asking you. Let those nerves build up. Feel the excitement of going on, doing something or going on something you've never done. If you've never gone on a hot air balloon, I'm going to be scared to heck because I don't really like going up that high, but I'm going to do it because it's an experience. And that's just an experience. But someone that's going to teach you how to better yourself, the abilities, teaching you how to run businesses, marketing, all this crazy stuff that you think you can't learn. Yes, you can. You already know it right now from the years we've been doing all this stuff. I think a lot of people taught a lot of people a lot of things. So don't be afraid. I love you all. God bless. Pay attention to your OES and just have fun with this. And yeah, I'm nervous too. I'm nervous with excitement. I'm not worried about if I do it right because I know someone sooner or later says, well, I wouldn't necessarily do it that way, but let's watch it again together. Welcome to the Ash Mafara, the Victory with Ash Learning Center, where everyone's going to go in and learn. But there's a code of conduct, remember. I believe Red said today that Ash told him that what goes on in that Victory with Ash Learning Center stays there. Don't put it out. We do that together collectively in that area, Learning Center, Victory with Ash. And we talk about it and we build each other up and we build our businesses to the top. God bless you all. I love you. I'm praying for all of you still, always. Happy birthday if you got your birthdays. And if you're doing a YouTube, get active on it. Get active on it. That's what Ash Mafara wants. Talk about it. Don't be afraid. Talk to new people, not just founders. I know I'm talking to founders right now. And I did a post. And thank you, by the way. Yes, my daughter is pregnant. And she's due in April of next year. And I did that for a reason. I wanted to put it out there because I was excited about it. Do you know how many people on my Facebook actually made a comment for once? I've got a lot of people on my Facebook. They don't comment on this stuff, but they did. They're watching. These are new people, not only on my Facebook, but your social media. They are watching you. All right. They're ready. When you understand what the new business is and you completely understand how to do it, then that's when I say you get out there and you start bringing new people in. Not founders, we already know. New people. All right. I love you all. God bless. We will see you whenever you see me. I love you. Bye.